Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing the review with my dad again, and we're doing the Revenge of the Sith. Now, after we've done all the 9 movies, we're gonna do the extras like the Clone Wars, Rebels,
Solo.
Solo, Rogue
Rogue One.
One,
Possibly, non-canon stuff, droids. We'll see how it goes. But we'll definitely
yeah,
do the other two spin-off movies.
Resistance.
Yeah, possibly Resistance, Mandalorian as well. We'll do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And
So
then for your viewing pleasure, you can watch them all in chronological order. Or release order. It's up to you. Anyway. Shall I start us off, mate? Is that alright with the...
yep.
Yeah. Quick synopsis. So, Revenge of the Sith, it came out in 2005, was a bigger hit than Attack of the Clones. Story-wise, it's set 3 years after the onset of the Clone Wars, established in Attack of the Clones. The Jedi are spread across the galaxy, leading a large-scale war against the Separatists. After Count Dooku is killed, the Jedi Council dispatches Obi-Wan Kenobi to eliminate General Grievous, the leader of the Separatist army, and put an end to the war. Spoilers, by the way. Meanwhile, after having premonitions of his wife Padme Amidala dying in childbirth, which spoilers we find out I think Palpatine's doing that, Anakin Skywalker is tasked by this council to spy on Palpatine, the Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Republic, and secretly a Sith Lord known as Darth Sidious, hinted at by Count Dooku. Palpatine manipulates Anakin into turning to the dark side of the Force and becoming his apprentice Darth Vader, with wide-ranging consequences for the galaxy. Du, du, du. So, if we start off with,
Favorite characters?
well, yeah. So, just before we start, though, I say yeah. So it's kind of done the story, and I must say that, in my opinion, this is the best prequel. It's the best of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
The acting's better, the pace is better, the special effects are better. It's better directed. It's got even more energy to it than Attack of the Clones. Um, and despite again an over reliance on CGI, there are quite a few models and sets that were built, but you know, still I think a notch up from the other two. So yeah, so anyway, well, yeah, we'll move on to favourite characters first of all, Benjamin, from this movie. What's
You go
yours?
first.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. So I have to say I like Anakin in this movie. I think Hayden's performance is, we'll go into the acting later, but I think as a character, I think he's more relatable and likeable in this one compared to uh, how he is in the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. You kind of feel his plight a bit. Some of it's a bit forced, but I think you know, it's much more likeable in this. And this is how, in my opinion, I think the prequels should have kind of looked and felt. Um, the other two should have. I like Obi-Wan in this. I think he's really good. He's, again, it was Ewan's last shot, so he kind of tried to match it up to Alec Guinness in episode 4. Hopefully he gets the chance to play him again in a year or two, well, a couple of years probably, or 3, when by the time the Kenobi series hits Disney Plus. So yeah, they're probably my two most favourite characters in it. The Emperor's really good when he comes into it, when he goes full pelt by Ian McDiarmid, it's really good. So yeah, what's yours, Benjamin?
Favorite characters are Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yoda, same as last time. If you watched our Attack of the Clones review, uh, Obi-Wan Kenobi, because yeah, like my dad, he's just a good character.
Yeah, and he's seems a bit more closer to the Alec Guinness kind of persona, doesn't he? Any other characters you like? Grievous.
Yeah, I do like Grievous, but
Yeah, he's a bit redundant in this though, isn't he?
yeah,
I
he's a
think,
bit like he's scaredy cat.
yeah, he's a bit, yeah, he's a bit more, yeah. So as I say, a bit more redundant, but I think he is fleshed out more. If you watch the Clone Wars now, which we'll get to that, but if you watch the Clone Wars series, the 2003 one and the 2008 to now, it does flesh his character out if you watch it in chronological order, obviously. So it is better now. Okay, so special slash visual effects. In my opinion, the practical effects. If you look at behind the scenes, I made a lot of that Mustafa thing, a lot of sets. The special effects are really good. There's like a, they don't look. I mean, they still look obviously computer generated, but they look more realistic. If you, especially the opening battle, if you compare that to, say, I don't know, the space battle in Attack of the Clones with Django and Obi-Wan, it's a significant leap there. And even, some of them still look a little bit ropey, like the crash on Coruscant. You can see look at too much, but yeah, very, very much better. The end fight on Mustafar, I think, although they recorded a lot of, I think it was Mount Etna exploding or something, or erupting or something, but it does look a little bit gamey and a little bit kind of Bowser Castle type thing. But yeah, overall, I think the special effects are better. The visual effects and the practical effects are better as well. What do you think, mate?
Okay, so I think that visual effects amazing. The people who made the film definitely did good. Well, it's obviously
Compared to the
Lucasfilm.
Attack of the Clones,
Yeah,
much better.
Attack of the Clones worst prequel movie.
No.
No, Duel of the Fates is better because it has the Duel of the Fates,
Yeah.
Phantom Menace. Okay, that's all I have to
Okay,
say.
so we move on to pace. Again, just like Attack of the Clones, I think again it's a notch up. I think it's an improvement on Attack of the Clones. Again, it's slowed down again by the love story a little bit, but just at the start. And it is kind of all over the place again, but I think the pacing is building and it is quite emotional despite being a prequel. It does build nicely, I think, towards the end, although it is kind of rushed, particularly with Anakin turning to the dark side. I think that's always been a bad thing, and of course, like I mentioned before, I think this is probably characters, but I think Yoda and Palpatine having lightsabers was a bad thing and having a fight, but it did look cool in this. But I'd say, talking about pace, I think the story is, as I say, more energetic. The pace does build up nicely towards the end, but as I've mentioned before, but the other two, I think this should have ideally been in episode 1, if not episode 2 of the prequel trilogy, rather than the end. And they could have added Darth Vader in the suit in episode 3 more, but there we go. What do you think of the pace of the movie, mate? Do you think it's quite energetic compared to episode 2 or 1?
Medium. Like
Yeah,
the pace is medium. I feel like episode 1 slowest paced.
definitely. But definitely stilted.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is like, I'd say like between slow and medium. Not that.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think the pace in all of them, do you agree? I think is from 1 through to 3 definitely an improvement in the pace there and the energy of the film.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to action. Yeah, I think the action is more energetic. It's more exciting visually to look
Yeah,
at.
definitely the end.
Yeah,
Like the Mustafar.
Yeah, although like I say, it is a bit kind of Mario Bowser's Castle with him hopping on the little droids. It's a bit silly. I think they should have not had it. I mean,
And like when they were swinging on the ropes and
yeah,
smack.
that's good action. It looks good. It looks cool. It looked cool in the trailer, but it's not as cool in the movie. But again, in my opinion, too many backflips as well. The lightsaber battle, although visually amazing, does go on a little bit too long, and it should have been. Although Ewan and Hayden, they practiced and it was amazing how they did it. They actually got so quick. Apparently, they had to slow it down. Because obviously they have to draw the lightsabers on afterwards. It's just a bit too frantic for me. I think they could have done it not as slow say as in New Hope, but they could have, with Obi-Wan versus Vader, but they could have done it where, they did you could see some of it connecting, and have more dialogue, like the bit when they're on the floating platforms in the lab. Although I don't like how they do that. When he says, Anakin, I have failed you, and all this, like that. In my opinion, I think it would have been cool if they interjected more of that without you just watching the ones hit each other again. Um, Although it is more aggressive this time, you see Anakin trying to choke Obi-Wan with his hand and stuff. That's pretty cool. Um, but lightsaber was good. There's the Kashyyyk battle, though it's good to look at, just looks like a couple of, literally there's the bit in, where Yoda says, we must attack, and then that looks like a bit like a Battlefront 2 cutscene, um, and even the Order 66. It just looked like a couple of Battlefront 2 cutscenes to me. As I say, the opening battle I think is amazing. People criticise that because it's kind of, dejected from what the rest of the movie is. We didn't need it. It's kind of just as funhouse, kind of jumping all around in the lifts and stuff. But I think it's cool because it kind of mirrors. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Return of the Jedi, in like the rescue of Han Solo. This time it's the rescue of the Chancellor, which is pretty cool. I like that structure, so I like that. What do you think, mate? The overall, what do you think of like the action in the film?
Mustapha seemed great, but yeah, it's like Bowser's Castle.
What about the opening kind of action?
I actually have something to say about Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he is an idiot. Like, he's like, you underestimate my power! And then he jumps, and then he gets chopped in half.
That's his arrogance, though, isn't it? That's the whole point.
Basically, like Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he gets
but maybe
chopped in
Obi-Wan
half.
knows, I have the high ground. But then tell that to Darth Maul, because Darth Maul had the high ground, and he lost. But yeah, there you go. Costumes again, amazing. I like Anakin's Jedi outfit. He actually bulked up for more for this movie, so they had to make a bigger outfit. I think he ate like 6 meals a day. You can see it on the documentaries. Worked out a bit, so he's filling out his costume a bit more. So it's, he looks quite stronger, which is cool. Jedi robes, similar thing. Padme still changes costume at light speed again.
Yeah.
Similar thing, really. It's pretty, just prequel costumes, really, quite good. What do you think of the costumes, mate? Do you think they look better than episode 2?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
Why don't you think they look as
Is
good?
Yoda CGI?
Yeah,
Okay.
He's CGI in all 3 prequels now because they changed him to a CGI in the 2011 Blu-rays. But originally, up until that point, for 12 years, he was a puppet, but a bit of a weird-looking puppet at that. If you watch the trailers, which you can see on our episode 1 review, he looks a bit weird in that, but now he looks a bit better. But again, the problem is, if you watch it chronologically, he looks... it's like a really good CGI puppet, really good CGI, in episode 1. Goes to episode 2, it doesn't look as good because obviously you filmed that after. But anyway, there you go. Sorry, mate. Costumes. What do you think?
Padme changes at
light speed again.
Yeah, just every scene you see her change costume. It's like they focus on that mainly in the film.
What about the Emperor's costume, the Emperor's hood, when he puts that on? That's
no,
cool.
Rise of Skywalker costume's better.
Yeah,
it's got
this
red
one's got
lines.
Like a red, isn't it? I think people want that for Battlefront 2. It's a bit red. Anyway, music, another great score. Definitely, in my opinion, a step up. Although I liked Across the Stars from episode 2. And all the prequel kind of had a main thing, Duel of the Fates, Across the Stars, and now you've got Battle of the Heroes, which is awesome. They released a music video for all 3 of the prequels. Really good score. They weave in and out. They weave Duel of the Fates into it as well. Padme's Ruminations? I think that's quite good. Definitely some good music, like the scene which we forgot to mention. That's an awesome scene where Padme and Anakin are kind of staring across from each other from the city while he's kind of getting a bit upset because he's worried she's going to die, and is torn between like the Jedi and the Chancellor. That bit's quite good, and I think we needed more of that. The scene in the Opera House, mate. Do you like that bit when the Palpatine's telling Anakin about Darth Plagueis the Wise? That's quite good. The
Yeah,
music's
and
quite good in that from the
actually,
opera.
Darth Sidious was Plagueis' apprentice,
Yeah,
which
that's what he
is
hints at, doesn't he?
yeah, which
All with
is the
acting. That's how good
Emperor,
Ian McDermott
and the
was.
Emperor was
Yeah.
the person who killed Darth
I think so.
Plagueis.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah, music. Also, what do you think of the music? You think it's good?
Really good. Not better than no. The second was worse.
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely,
Duel of the
definitely.
Fates was better.
Yeah, I think episode one was better. That's right, but yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely good. Direction. Do you think Lucas has improved since he did episode 1 and 2? Do you think it's better directed? No. Do you think it is? Do you think
I
it's?
don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. The problem with these prequels as well, you can never tell. Is it better directed, or is it just that because he edits it with Ben Burtt? Is it just they've edited it better? Is it
Ben
because
Burt.
yeah, that's his name, the
Oh,
sound editor, and he edited the movie as well.
never
Burke.
heard of him.
Yeah, he that. So yeah, I think it is better directed. As I've mentioned before, it's got more energy to it. The acting, right now, I think we said before. In my opinion, this is the best acted, aside
Yeah.
from Ewan and Liam in episode 1. It is the best acted. I think Hayden delivers a better performance. He's got more confidence in the role, which is annoying because this should have been like his third turn. I think they should have had him in episode 1, as I mentioned before, because I think you would have had a more transition and got to know him over the 3 films. Whereas episode 2 comes in, oh, we've got a new Anakin. Episode 3, well, that's your lot. I think it would have been better, and that paid off for Ewan as well. Obviously, Ewan's a better actor. I think Lucas just not a great director, so that comes in Hayden's performance. But I think, as I say, his performance is better in this film. Unfortunately, Natalie Portman isn't given much to do, mate. She just kind of stands around being pregnant, which is a
Yeah.
bit of a shame. I don't think they get away with that
She
kind of
just
thing
sits.
nowadays. But 15 years on. But what do you think of the actor, mate? Do you think it's better?
Good.
Who do you think stands out as the best actor?
Ewan.
Yeah, and I bet I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about the scene at the end when he goes, "You, my brother, Anakin." That's a good
Yeah, I
bit.
like that
That's a good
scene.
bit, and just his little subtle bits as
I
well.
like the guy who voiced Yoda.
Frank Oz.
Yeah,
You
he
did
must be
Kermit the
old to
Frog.
voice him.
He is old, mate.
How
Probably coming
old?
about 80. I don't know.
Is he 870 something?
What, Yoda?
No, the man who acted
No,
him.
don't be silly. Yeah. So anyway, acting better. Right, the ending. Wow. The ending, as they structured this trilogy, as I say, I'm not going to cover structure again because I'm banging on that drum. The ending's really good. I think it ties everything up. Ties everything
Yeah.
up a little bit too neatly, but would we mind if it didn't? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So Obi-Wan settles on Tatooine. Obviously, things happen, and they happen in the Obi-Wan
Yeah,
series.
he
We don't
looks
know.
after Luke.
Yeah, looks after Luke.
And
Leia
Leia and
goes
Luke
with
split up.
yeah. Leia goes with Bail Organa and his wife, goes Princess of Alderaan. Darth Vader stands on the Star Destroyer. They got like a grey coat of paint now instead of
He
having all
is
the
the
red removed from the Clone Wars
quiet.
cruisers.
Dun.
And they stand there watching the Death Star being built, which apparently this Death Star takes 19 years to be built. If you lead it right to Rogue One, as opposed to about 3 years. Well, actually, yeah, 3 years from A New Hope to Jedi. So obviously they had to, you know. But then the project did stall, didn't it? As we found out in Rogue One. So yeah, I think it's a good ending. There was a deleted scene where Yoda goes to Dagobah. It's only 30 minutes, in my opinion. They should have kept that in, but apparently Rick McCallum pushed for that as well, the producer of the movie, all 3 prequels. But Lucas said he wanted to have it as like the twins, being the main centre of the ending. But they still could have put it before that. But there you go. Because for anybody who doesn't see it, they go, well, where's Yoda gone? He just disappeared. But if they just seen where he went. So yeah, what do you think of the ending, Benjamin?
Good, yeah, they should have added that Yoda scene.
It's a cool scene. And we didn't mention before, actually, there was all them early rebellion scenes as well, Seeds of the Rebellion scenes, which I think they should have put in as well. So I think that really added to the...
Yeah, but it would have been a
overall
super long movie.
It would have been long. And apparently there were scenes when, right at the start as well, when they were jumping about. Some of them are on the DVDs and Blu-rays. Because they added even more deleted scenes. Because they didn't... What was good, when they released the Blu-rays, going off a tangent here, I don't know whether you know this, mate, the DVDs had different deleted scenes because they finished most of those. Rick McCallum said they actually added the special effects to each of the prequel movies, deleted scenes on the DVDs, but the Blu-ray ones they didn't, but they just released them. So there's literally minutes and minutes of footage, and you can find bits in documentaries as well. Darth Maul had more lines, and there's a shot of, I think, Baru running back in episode 2 when Anakin's on his way back to the speeder. You can see that on the start of one of the documentaries. But anyway, going off on that, yeah, deleted scenes, they should have added some in, fleshed out the ending a bit. But yeah, as it goes, I think it's still a good ending. Right, so we pretty much the end, but overall thoughts and grade. So do you want to go first, mate?
Overall
thoughts on the movie?
Wait, so like the rating?
Well, we do the rating at the end. But
Overall thoughts, good movie. Some parts, yeah, deleted scenes they should have added back. Like the Yoda scene. Just overall a good movie. Some parts are bad though.
Okay. So, my overall thoughts is, a significant step up from episode 1 and 2. So easily the best prequel, looks better, aesthetically starts to match it. You can see some of the ships, some of the ships at the start, mate, look a bit kind of TIE fighter-ish, the Jedi Starfighters. You get the cruisers, which obviously we're seeing at the end of episode 2, but obviously they're in space in this one, so you can see them. And these are obviously all carries over in the Clone Wars as well. The Arc fighters as well are pretty cool. Locke falls into that position type thing. One of the clones says at the oddball says at the start. Aesthetically matches up. The music's good, and the acting's better. Special effects are better. Visual effects are better. Sets look really good. So yeah, an overall better movie. Go on then, mate. What's your grade? What's your grade out of 10?
Rating.
So remember, folks, episode 1 I scored 5, Benjamin scored 6, so that was 11 out of 10. Episode 2 I scored 6 and you scored 5.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Both of them got 11, didn't they?
Yep, 11.
11 out of 20. Combined grade. So this one, what would you give this one? Out of 10.
6.5.
6.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can we do 6.5?
Okay, 7 then.
7 out of 10.
7.
And I agree. 7 out of 10.
So 14.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. So 14 out of 10.
14 is the rating.
So this is the best prequel, we've said. Yeah. So my grade actually goes up from episode 1, 5, episode 2, 6, and episode 3, 7. So Benjamin's goes episode 1, 6, episode 2, 5, and episode 3, 7. So yeah, 14 out of 20 combined grade. Fantastic.
We're all movies together.
Sorry?
11, 11, 22. And then this one's 14.
Mate. This is easily the best prequel.
36.
Yeah.
All movies are 36.
Yeah. Out of what? 6? What's that? 60?
Out of like
60.
60.
Yeah.
So basically.
Not a good grade then, is it? Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to sign off and I'll leave my boy to finish off his speech.
Hope you guys did enjoy this review. We're going to do a New Hope review.
Probably do New Hope next, then do Empire, then Jedi, and then we'll do the sequel trilogy. Yeah, we'll see whether we do Rogue One next or we do A New Hope. Well, actually, no,
Wait,
we'll do
go.
Solo next. We could do Solo. We'll see anyway. We'll probably do it. I think we should do the Skywalker saga. Yeah.
If we get enough likes and you guys actually like us
Yeah.
doing
Why don't you
this,
comment on what you would
yeah,
like next? If you're still listening at this point, would you like Rogue One? Sorry, would you like Solo next, or
you like
would you
Rogue
like
One.
Rogue One? We'll just do the movies then for now. But would you like Solo next, Rogue One, or A New Hope? We could do it that way because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so we could do
Benjamin's got
Solo,
two
then
ones
Rogue
Solo.
One,
Yeah, yeah.
and then
So would you
A
like
New
Solo
Hope.
and Rogue One next, or would you like us to jump to A New Hope and do that? Okay, let us know in the comments.
And then if you guys really like it, once we do the 9th movie, we'll do like all Clone Wars and Rebels.
And Resistance and Mandalorian and everything. Okay, and then we'll go and do something else.
We'll do like
do
new
the-
movies.
We'll do new movies after Indiana Jones or Pokemon or something else. Anyway,
Yeah, I hope you did guys enjoy that. That's the second time I said that.
subscribe.
Yeah,
Like and
subscribe and like and subscribe.
Yeah, and leave any comments as long as they're nice.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later, guys.
Wait. Put your rating on all these prequels. So
Yeah,
your
let us know
rating
what you think.
on episode 1, then episode 2, and episode 3.
Yeah.
Anyway,
See you later.
see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.